Here are my top 10 favorite films of 2024. So at number 10, I have Bad Boys Ride or Die. Uh, Obviously, the returning duo of Will Smith and Martin Lawrence. The comedy that these two have in their dynamic is once again on point. The fight scenes are really good, specifically the fight scenes with Reggie and Armando. It really just showed that these two are their own fathers or respective fathers or father-in-laws children, and just how they are such good, incredible fighters. And honestly, I think these two would have such an interesting dynamic in their own type of spinoff. Seeing Mike have an arc this film where he's blaming himself for not saving Captain Howard, and also him having panic attacks and PTSD, I think that was such an interesting way that they could have gone for Mike. The only really problem I had was that it really just had a very forgettable villain with McGrath, and I also didn't like how they just threw away all the, I guess, setup that they made for Mike and Rita just to have him in this movie get married to a new character that we never met. Then at number 9, I have Wicked Part 1. Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande's chemistry is so beautiful. The songs are very incredible, and the world of Oz feels so lived in. I can't really give I believe I said this in my review for this film when I first saw it. I couldn't give a full rating of it just because when the second part of the film comes out, which is really good, releases in November 2025. I will have seen it, and I've been listening to the songs shows of the film so much. The other two like and finding and also what Then at number 8, I have If. The way this film looks is very beautiful. All of the imaginary friends or ifs are so interesting and so voiced beautifully by so many incredible actors. The ending of this film I really did not see coming, as it revealed that Kate, right now I'm so good. Cal is this girl's imaginary friend, and just the message of never letting go of your child is so beautiful, and it very much warmed my heart. The story, in a way, resonated with me on Then at number 7, I have Transformers 1. While it does take time to get used to Chris Hemsworth's voice at Orion Pax or Optimus Prime, he does the character justice in his own way. Brian Tyree Henry is just incredible as he became Megatron, and the way that we see Megatron and Optimus become enemies, in a way, for me, gave me a lot of Red Matrix vibes, and I really liked it. Then at number 6, I have The Wild Robot. The animation in this film is done so beautifully. The score gave me goosebumps, and there were times where there was a lot of emotional moments that made me feel very connected with the movie, and the voice acting for all the characters were incredible. And hearing Lupita Nyong'o's Roz and how her voice slowly changed from just a robot to sound more human Then at number 5, I have The Fall Guy. Ryan Gosling and Emily Blunt's dynamic is very incredible. This film being a love letter to the original series of The Fall Guy, and also for stunt performers everywhere in general, is just so beautiful. And this film was just I did not expect this film to be as funny as it was, but it was definitely one of the funniest films I've seen of the year. Then at number 4, I have Godzilla x Kong: A New Empire. The designs for Godzilla and Kong are beautiful. Zuko, I think that's the baby Kong's name. He was a very interesting character who had his own little character arc where he slowly helped Kong through just Kong's own kindness. The introduction of the Scar King was really good. He's definitely the best villain that we've had for the MonsterVerse so far. And I also loved how this film, in the same sense as Kong Skull Island, actually had a role for the humans to play, as they also helped in the final battle, and they weren't just standing on the sidelines just watching things happening from afar. At number 3, I have Furiosa: A Mad Max Saga. This film is a worthy prequel to such a badass character that was Furiosa, played by Charlize Theron in Mad Max Fury Road. Um, Chris Hemsworth was very much unhinged in this film as Dementus, as the main villain, and he did it so incredibly. He was able to sound so insane while also kind of sounding very sane, if that makes sense. The action scenes with the cars were done so beautifully. nothing less you would expect from George Miller, who made the first Mad Max film, Mad Max Fury Road, and he made this such incredible film. And this film really did not hold back with its R rating, and I'm very glad that it did. At number 2, I have A Quiet Place Day 1. This was the first horror film I've ever seen in theaters, and it was so good. It expanded the lore on the Quiet Place universe. Lupita Nyong'o was incredible as Sam, and Joseph Quinn really did well as, excuse me, as, I'm blanking out on his character's name, but their dynamic was really interesting, and just seeing them try to survive this new world, in New York, which is, as a fellow New Yorker, I know exactly how impossible it is for this city to be quiet. So if something like this was to ever really happen, New York would be the first place to be destroyed within an instant. Because yeah, we're just way too loud. Also, that cat got these two characters into so many problems. I don't know how this cat, how people were rooting for this cat. And of course, at number 1, I have Deadpool and Wolverine. This film is a love letter to the Fox universe, and it was incredible. The dynamic between Ryan Reynolds and Hugh Jackman, Deadpool and Wolverine, was incredible. The fight scenes were done so well, and just the way that they were able to bring in the legacy characters of Jennifer Gardner's Elektra, Wesley Snipes' Blade, Daphne Keene's as X-23, to an extent, Chris Evans' Human Torch, and with the inclusion of Channing Tatum's Gambit, those fight scenes were just so incredible, and obviously the fight scenes between Deadpool and Wolverine were just top notch. I also really loved Emma Corrin as Cassandra Nova. My only nitpick with her is that I wish we would have had more scenes in between. And there you have it. That is my top 10 films of 2024. Um, on my community post, you should be seeing the honorable mentions that I didn't put onto the list. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't get mad at me when you see some of your favorite if some of your favorites were not on this list. Let me know down in the comments what you thought of the films of the year, and let me know down in the comments what were your top 10 films. Thank you guys so much for watching.